Hello, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ngada Gum. I'm back on live show on Facebook Live here in the studio, PNA Newsline Media Broadcast in Atlanta. Tonight or this evening, I will have this show for a short time. If I don't get people to come in the studio, and first, before I start talking, I would like to send my personal condolences to the family of an icon and a leader in Pänäruu community. Chol Deng Aki has passed away yesterday in the hospital in India. We have more detail to come out soon, but on my own behalf, as somebody who talk on social media, I would like to tell you our community of Pänäruu in Ruweng administrative area have lost an icon leader. Chol Deng Aki is well known to many of Ruweng's citizens before Ruweng became a state and before Ruweng became an administrative area. And when Ruweng was a county within the former unity state, that man had been devoted his life to serve his community before even the people of South Sudan begin to be fed. He worked voluntarily without being paid, like any one of us being paid on your job. The man who well known is very famous to Pänäruu. Pänäruu North, Pänäruu East, Pänäruu South, and Pänäruu West. He's well known. He's like many other leaders who died before him, like Comrade Mabengalang. They work together, and many others. So, to his family, you are not alone. We are all together in this grievance time, and let us celebrate his life, not to cry about his life. Let us celebrate his life, and the people in leadership in Ruweng should show to the people of South Sudan how important this person was. I know people don't show the importance of a person when person is still alive, but when person died, people say, "Oh, this guy was like this. Oh, this guy was like this," and that's what I always criticize people. Don't appreciate people when they died. Appreciate them when they're still alive so they can see how good they were in their own community. So Chol Deng Aki is well known all the way from North Sudan to South Sudan. From South Sudan to Ruweng, and from Ruweng to Bentiu. Men who like to fight for the right of others. He never been hesitated to speak up when there's something wrong. He's the one who confronted the parliament in Bentiu when Ruweng County is still under Bentiu and Biemnam County were under Bentiu. When some members in the Nuer community were saying that the language people should use in the parliament should be Nuer and Arabic. It's the man who confronted those individuals. And you know, the parliament of Unity State was only between the two tribes, the Denka and the Nuer. So where in the world that somebody would say they can use Arabic? Ruweng people are not Arabian people. They are not Arab. They are Sudanese. And then somebody say they're going to use Arabic and the Nuer. Instead of saying we can use Nuer, Denka, and Arabic. This some of the things that make us leave Unity State. And some people think it's only war. It's not war. Ruweng people were not defeated by war. This is mistreatment. People make sure they're arrogant. That one of the items. So Chol Deng Aki, the man who died today, is the man who came forward and confronted the members of the parliament. I was not there, but I'm aware of this historic. is a great man. And to the people of Pänäruu, you have lost a great man. And every time when something like that happen, I heard myself, why when they I had that question all the time. And I have no power to prevent it. And you have no power to prevent it, only God. Because God create and God take. So, Shol Deng Danaki, you will be remembered by many of us, those who know you in person and those who heard you through his stories. You will be remembered, and your children will be remembered in Ruweng community and in Pänäruu community and in Alor community. Your children will be proud of your name, and your clan will be proud of your name, what you have done when you were with us. Now you're gone. Maybe at the end of the world, maybe all of us will come and meet each other again. Who knows? The Bible said there's a life after death. So maybe after we all died, we might come to see each other again. But you are a great guy. You are a great man. I never met you in person, but I heard about you. This is the first item I came to talk about it. Second, you have seen today Dr. Peter Manjong Dao has returned back to Ruweng administrative area after he came to Juba to brief the president. And the good thing about is the return back to Ruweng, he went with Billy Luke. You guys know Billy Luke. Billy Luke is now in Ruweng after 32 years without being in the land. Now Billy Luke has been in the exile for 32 years. When I say exile, I mean Ethiopia, Kenya, America. When you calculate all those years, Billy Luke has been away in Pänäruu soil for 32 years. And guess what? Billy Luke is the man of his word. Now he went to Juba. Most of you have seen him in Juba. Now Billy Luke went to Pariang. And you have seen the picture today on his Facebook page. If you are friend to him, you can see how overwhelming welcome he has got in Pariang town. So I hope people can sit down with Billy Luke and talk about the importance of media, the power of the media, because our people down there, they don't know the power of the media. Because media has two things. It can take the message out within a second, 80 seconds around the world, 80 seconds. That's the power of the media. And also your message can reach to people that you don't know who they are. That's the power of the media. And then your message can stay there for generation to come. Those are the power of the media. So Billy Luke will talk to our people in Ruweng in particular, because they are so behind to understand the importance of media, to understand the importance of social media. Social media, people misinterpret it in different ways, but social media, people think it is where people come and lies, and it is the place where people come and talk nonsense. No, it's a place people come to engage, to send their message, to talk on the issues. That is the platform of the media. So Billy Luke is one of our activists when it comes to talk about him personally. It's one of our activists among the Ruweng citizens in the diaspora. Billy Luke has started social media long time ago, maybe 2005. Most of you know Billy Luke. His the other name is Trig Lang Mijak. Most of you know who he is. The man who devoted his life on public platform. He talked on some issues on the government. He talk on issues on the tribe basic, and he talk on crisis, war. This man is everywhere. Now he's in Ruweng. I advise my listeners and the people of Ruweng, particular, you need to sit down with Billy Look and let him give you what he knows about the importance of media. Because Adekai Rolo man if Ruweng, and they don't reach to the public attention. I know how people can take things like that. Chimana kawane Rolo ben achintong here region to public attention. Agong ilwe beke ya localize. Kerenge Rolo lui localize. Kerenge Rolo lui localize. Kwa shi we be a nyot. And evidence sometimes will help you to win the case. If you don't have evidence, nobody can back you up. Someone can come and deny it what happened because there's no evidence. There's nothing was on Facebook. There's nothing was put on YouTube. But if something put on YouTube, somebody can go and search for it and then they find it and say, here it is. People are trying to deny it. But when you don't put things on the media, you are the loser. You are the loser. If you don't put them in the media, you are a loser. Those who don't understand the importance of media, you need to learn more about the importance of media. You not just come and talk. It keeps the thing for generation to come. Like what I always said, people can learn from it, people can get mad from it, and they will be there forever until I die. I will leave them there for you. So, ladies and gentlemen, let fight for the right of others. Because this world, when we live, we will not leave it with us. We will not take it with us. We will leave it with people, with children, unborn children. We will not take this world. But now you see the United States is fighting for human rights in the world. United States generation who are fighting the human rights all around the world, they will not take the world with them when they die. They leave the world with the generation behind. That is what about human being. That is what about human being. You fought for somebody else. So let food Ruweng first and South Sudan second. Because you should not talk about South Sudan while you're not talking about Ruweng. If the Ruweng is the community, we have to talk about the issues in Ruweng. If the Ruweng is the state, we have to talk about the Ruweng state issues. If the Ruweng state is administrative, we have to talk about Ruweng administrative. If the Ruweng is the village, we have to talk about the village issues. This is our village. Nobody else can come and say, let do it this way. Now in Ruweng state, some people don't like to hear when I say Ruweng state. It is up to you. Ruweng state and Ruweng administrative is the same thing. Because we have a separate administrative. We are not under nobody. We are not under Bentiu. We are not under any state in South Sudan. We are under own. Like the way we used to govern ourselves through our traditional rule. Pänäruu used to lead themselves. Alor used to lead themselves without somebody to be a supervisor for us. Our traditional leader used to lead us. They used to protect us until we are here today. Now, after we had a silence of talk for a little while, I will come back later on to talk more about what we need to see in Ruweng before this chip has been removed. Because Kirmayadi declared namlatam anytime. He can remove somebody when he want it, but not when the civilian want the person. So Dr. Manjok is there now, and his plan are open to public. he talk about the construction of Lake No Road. We want that road no matter what. We want to see the road contracted from Pariang all the way to Biu. That road has to pass where there is some resources or some resident. It has to pass from Troy County area through Kong, because there is a clinic there in Kong. It has to go to pass through Aliap, my home village. And then he had to go to Lele, my neck home village, and then all the way to Akot, because we have a clinic there in Akot. And then again, all the way to Biu. And then from there, we will see who will take it from there to Miai headquarters, the place we call Lengno. So we want to see that before he leave the office, and also for him to get this job done. Ade ke ya ping ten a community community ke gelwe la o de nimweo ko de nimweo ke o de nimweo ke kana ka chi development bi chola lo ro ko ko development a chi ro below ten community ne jo nge nyuret kulela we wa ke ka ko kulwele individual we ke ka community da akilwela bi akuma bi we local government kan bi we yong no we ne ke development lo if be we grow that see we quite in general, where Manjong Dao will get the money when the community is not releasing the money for the development. The 3% now actually pro in Jiba, because the community will okay okay. I will politician of that community or okay community da. Asa we okay release kaja jam kulela kade we chuma akwe we chuma ka wij beke kon fa nyao de yinga ke chike jot kuja we be release ke achi development bi cholo lo until by then bi en bain don bi en be nyog jot ke chen ke lo en ka wan ma yo lai ba jot chen ke lo sejida do dai ben 75 days ku jel kam wena de ma suru chi do pariang token wan be wan be tam ne mi cha be ben termination system ga wan ajal wala de foundation bita government of Ruweng kitabu nyali wachin tok abai ko gabya jal chen ke lo now be ma bog be ben be bog ne chien be tem be get out big bo go garbage ken tol chen ke lo now be chola wan lit ben bo be chola wan lit bi ko take pin we when we ben take individual juba en lo ko we ben gam student in Uganda en bi en lo ku ka negro ke Pariang town ko negro ke pi Jau county ko ka negro ke pi ida ko no chola wan lit jam gap kan chola wale da ben be gobe ke chen ke lo now rani chol Dr. Peter Manjau kana be ben we ma na be ke pen baden Manjau ba be gobe ke chen ke lo yene ke yo ko ene ke yo ko kana ne ke yo ko Ruweng administrative kan bira na ya ba ku jat ku ba ku yin condition bi chen ke lo ku bira na ba a chief yat ko awi bug da ke lo ko be ke ni fi Junub Sudan ci man ko loy ko ki Equatoria ak gotin ngande ko re jibo ten ke ga ting pi Central Equatoria e chen na lejen loy people ko loyen kwen ga ga ting pi Bargadal alorot man chi cha chen wel to goten panden e ko chen kwen ga cha ting cha ga na ale kan ale jong ale kai e jemesa ake o ko len men te ku loy ko o ka bi panda jo awan kuja bay la ko ga la loy wealth e ben bay pa tiom na pa dai ke kana la gan ko de den we si ko an chi o ya la company yeno kana we ko chi pen ko no we ko yin ke local government ko ben ke development loy area le jale na dan don ka baga le la kana chi loy wan na le ke cham ka ba ga le la we wane chu ga bai be ko community akwa shi akum de ran chol Peter de chi ka la cham kena bende accountability legi ndi jogo ga pen gule la akwa bi ko lo ma kamej amma na e char abi miag du abi ya char kana bi ya char arba kai dong e 2 man bet kitchen deng twen legi deng abi twen go char kamta deng abi twen go char kamta kun la deng twen go keten ke char leng no be lo ya de keten ke char la biem nam be lo nen because of ade 3 4 reject chuke plan we are divide the leadership to do them char leng no char la biem nam kujala local government houses acha de official government be ajal pijibo ke be yala nin ke chi be yala taje hot ke individual ko the joran jal jibo ke government official kujala taj pando kujo mana kola moy wakaw kinin bai ka chi le bi ko je ke jilente de chi be gam la de ke chi la loira anden but afya bran kaman bi bana in the government property achana go government tea because government be there watchman be there police kwa be there security everywhere because they come and tabai lakini bila anja jod kula le nini hele na miya ke jabai maktabi bi kujonyu je maktabi ke chim lazim be bayi bo koy pa na bayi yik na ruweng yik pariang town yik ago ya pan ilwe la ke fan chi koy to rien ke chimano o paru kwa lor o which in like tell ten for no reason it tell ten for purpose in ka de border okay border man in between South Sudan and the north I can add the tribe if we talk about the northern part of South Sudan how if you go to northwest and can ke yabi kujala werap if you go to northeast can ke shuluk kujala agir kwa biliang kudongjal achin kai ko pe ta border nyin more than o ko ko ruwen so panda we bugu dik ago piat ago ko biya ben chumal Sudan go ke ya ben kulele o ki ben ruwen state. We need people bigger jam kada ashi biya queen zero level we biya queen activity ticketing lor tong ashi biya ta ra chen tong ta which activities you have to fight the war and you have to have services tong ashi ta which services chuma na la ran mo achin mata chwata yentin na chi me diet achin ona ga len gat na hiro ran na ka chin ti yogon pi pet pi ka wala ngor ke deke achin kene en yo na de ki ne rane thor lazim bi ka ga bi to yin ben Victor yin awo ki bi ato tung tok ke ka ke li wo pet buk de good insecurity ago katal rate de ga kan blog when jor kul yom kuna ko for no reason because I make accountability to the road these people they cannot do away with it man wu chi lo kule ko jor jam jang hale ko go dot ko chara beto na chi lo lengno ko ja big wa bakten chara beto sha bi ke la gong ni legin ka ke jo chen cha to ne jo chol ne jo lwel bi ya kwan ji ruon to ben chi kwe ra ngui cha to ene pa rule bi ja kwan ji ruon to ben chi kwe ra ngui e nga kwa le lo kwa de ke woyel kwa le lo kwa ja to ko de ni bai so kene ke wi ban men jam tin ga today yana chi ko jam pa chan de ka ko dal ko ji pin na mitena yen ke de one mother when jinyin jal we ben my condolence ben for koike kujala ruweng da ben kujala koi kwon kujunu that ran ji ma kan ke ran very important pay ran chi ran chi kapya loy koi ruweng kujala koi kujunu kwan to no kuma de yita van dengai ke ma bengalang so ran chi lui man ke ko ne ran tong ye jo be ngodwan kwen kana chi po be ja kle chan jo mum na man o ko Ruweng e tenom bo ja ko en ka de ran ti no guting de tela niaw teni yen ken ne li go ba gu jot ku we no ko len chin ke ye ke le ogie ke we no e ko di ke ko ri to ke jot ku we no ko nyop ye na chin ne li ko lo ne kana apia dun ne li bi ko bi nyin ko be ti ko Ruweng bi nyin ko be ti ko Ruweng kwene ko wano ku lega kuma da kid me yadit koy won taw akuma ich pet be ke ga lo yi live by funding guyar ko bay be dem sashfa mane wogen pinga de Kenyatta hospital de Nairobi hospital de Tanzania hospital eka taw in their own country che ka taw in other country mane ko joja le ke lo do lat ka ku jalo ku jara la to mi agaten ke bu yo jibo aten ke sanduk ran mi laben ine ko ge lwel ga pan chi jude myo kide ke ge pan chi we jo gak won ko to ir ala won jat alor ba en ko nyin jo ngam ata chumal wan ko da ko tin en ko jo belo chumal ko la ko ilaj kwa chin re yo we won le internet dito kurisa da jagario kimane 15 years yo kir me yadi na go bani 15 years bi nam ja angatai bi ja kwen ke 15 years of what wachi kir me yadi loy kaga kuma de can you can mean hospital lead when be qualified doctors because doctor ke loy hired doctors ke India alebe ka la South Sudan bi ko la loy like doctors ke Kenya alebe ka la South Sudan doctors ke Uganda doctors ke America. The only problem there's a lack of facilities. There's a lack of facilities. Facilities are not there. Facilities are not there. Kene ko yoko kuma da jam go every day. Akuma the kid mayari do this. Akuma the kid mayari do this. Because Akuma is the one to lead either a project, Akuma. Because everything individual contract, you have to sign the paper, and those papers should be verified by the government. So government is everywhere. There's nothing you can do in the country, and you cannot see the government in there. So to keep massage party chike ko ko chike le biga ga ka lato. Ane ran chi jot fi junub ran chi kon lu yokume lo lo yilaj le Egypt, le Sudan, bi Kenya, le Uganda, le Tanzania, le India, le Germany. Ala ben ga ito most of the time. Esan du ben la bay kajran. Ina se bi message pe pet below jibo ten ago ko wonte be ka jor manati tanin be ke bena lo yilaj achi wi below. E tong ka ge loy credit be motonin bi thor chi mane kidi kwana call one betting bar ga dal tu chi ajede chi toy ko toy kata red de group of people chi rod arm le ku lui katal kam le ku lui ki attack kwen ka wan be ko kiring ma cha be wi big loy wan chi ko der yo jibo country ke problem in a shik master be problem broda loy after problem I can ago government ago a busy ke kaka tong to can ko kulega our brothers in South Sudanese community you stop violence give the government a chance to develop the country achie gam e time den utemita kato bi ko yala na ka chi ko de chiran bi nang twan ran en chi en gam ran to wala ye lack of care given in tawti twi ko de ran dollar de an to ka chiran bran lo investigate lagin ten ran to panda kin pijiba ka kuma libila kulo investigation haya doctor dali bigla kutinki treatment ci loy ci gam that fashion or what type of medicine ci gamen legin tera na jola loy $20 de ya ngak le be investigation na jola loy en ken pia ka bida good massage for you pi wow the good massage for you pi ajere pi rumbek the good massage for you pi malakal the good massage for you pi jibo the main hospital in Jiba the good hospital you pi rang good hospital you pi pariang pariang a which very big hospital because they border Chimana Tonga already 2012 asake Bentiu because the chin masashwa but I could buy party and both take a team chok a colleague kujalwe abaka laban te ulate now on a ship ben are dehydrated kutoge because the lack of healthcare facilities when you call yok but massage fat but massage part because you can hiring a doctor from nowhere you can hiring a good qualified doctor in the world if you have a facility if you have a security. But now achara le bi dollar da bi gam ke dik to le ala lu South Sudan ken kan fa len e ko ron mo jakol ko wa I can citizen fan fe le bien gam chima ne citizen America ala bi lu fly job fi Nairobi head pro ko ala bila because ade protection there rana la lu protect again in our country people are so scared because of this lawless way of life there. Motonina Nagrot. People are dying at night in the state capital with no reason. Kwachina accountability. Chila anadom. But how's it? Oh, got Facebook South Sudan book loy pics. Pia kuma beat the loy. Kuchab you beat the loy. Because they china kuma e by loy. Kichab liutin. Because chab e na kuma. Kunichi chab to chick the loy. You man bit chab be tong big upon the chab. Motonin. What I mean by chab e motonin. Cause you saw over the cattle. Koi ko kupal kitang ka kuma when akuma the local area be development law because kinin ran be na ka kuma ade rai bi chalo bi gwada pan ko be la joda pan be la pan chimana wo koi ka panal o ki ka yo lo e ko useless chimana wan te ande jamo ko wet kwan ke bar ga dalan jamo ke lo ke wo ga de me ke lo ko hala ni ko tong ben ake wo ga de me ke lo ati akuma de kir me yadi te ke na fail 10 time ke ko ka la ni ga de mikila ko we ga ko lo rebellion ku we ga chin ke ya win you still come back to the same government because one we kana rebel on in garang mabur and then you guys come back to garang mabur one in garang mabur in a leader of guerrilla ko ala ni len ko kon gat de yiring ma cha kwa chik ben ngor ko durut the same as PLM ke durut sin akin te pe chik ro ben la sin akin ge ben la chumal kwa kin ben lo so koi kwan ke brothers from Bargadal ke wok challenge ke lwela ke wo kai kala ni lo ko de mikela o ka ta pay more than them ke lwela crisis ro lo Bargadal chuma ne tong thor kam ya gwo ke ga puk ka da gar among themselves ke lwela kana ke a community aka ke community ne thor government lagin kudun rebellion nun ke thor government wonta nyal chima na SPLM wanen jaba mo kai kala ni la ter gi John Garang na wani John Garang gal ke be lo thor kir me yadit so amma ne wo chati ke wele nambora cha wele nambo ku ke resource ke padang ke ga lui ga yuzu e kere ngin ko riyo jo bor because that they bought within the government in ka ke lwela cha biloy bila bor ku pal ku chi lwela cha bila jada rang ku bi bor ke lwela cha ben jad jiba ku le bor eloy backward in said bien jod rang ku bi bor o bi jod rang le fariang kula jod fariang bag biem nam bag biay le tura le ale gwa northern barazal achi wi below ine chara ko na be loy the community when on the border they benefit from it eklen chi some individual within our communities those who are antis achieve loy massas in ka ken jolo e chave e od jolo te joiro ti jinaran in ti joina mo bori od jo ti chage jo ben jodjiba jalar bor kwa chi jet wonte e resort eke exploit ci mane ngo ke en ke en pe non en jot paloch en cha bi ben bor e ngo chetiel ko ken pe non bi en jot arang bi ben bor ken ben gol juba jola bor chetiel ku jala bor ta ko kuma bor gi ma ko ne luet ku jala kol menyang e ke ge luel en kan e ge luel ka ne akepet ke beloy panen ne ke yoga ke pet ku beloy be ko ko ge ke yoga kra e ke beloy panen ne ke yoga na dik ja ko je jeng what kind of jeng is that e par je go wana le biya ala bil ko lui divide ku le yiwe go kuma da ka she correct ladim lo ku development e resource e ke baitin kwa bi joge te no ade they divide in the parliament ade divide in the parliament e o ka yune lui trus ade divide in the parliament if they were the majority in the parliament you have to fight for the right of the minority because resource kan ka bai be ka padang ku be padang man be ka padang man ke jo wana ya akangi kir mayadit koike government of kir mayadit if they go and visit the area of Adang one day they will see what I'm talking about ana jira na jiba te jila na jiba ki kin bang no academy you teachers te jila ni jiba kila Pänäruu kila Alor kila bay ke dongjale ku jala bay ke age ku kunyel ku jela ki kin non mi aje tissues I jiba ki in beta la gege dot finga fiange dik this ki lot ta gege dot ku gege taritim because this services ali witen services chitka to jiba services chitka to bor ali witen kwen ke pa non jo resource ke yo jotin chiman wane ta bande ngai and 2% of oil look at the yo lo use ke debit a personal income ku kaita hukuma ya chike jam taban achi lui accountable make accountable why instead that you gamin ko oil 2% ne gamin why can chin hospital ji hit pi pariang achin parliament ji en kon chitaban kon question and jeli taban ko parliament ade right bitaban be question in the parliament taban tenga yet we've been giving you 2% of oil what have you done there's no good hospital in Bentiu nothing there's no good hospital in Fariang nothing what do you do with the percentage the government provide to you or the oil company compensate to the state. Achin parliament the kiri mayadi che kana kon debate. Parliament when chilo dominate where ka bar gadel where ka bor. Actually they don't questioning that because they like it. Because ane arki biran when a minority be to pat kitchen ko konye. Kurasa da talk vai funding. Chaga gubri hoje nali wag junubin chaga gubri hoje nali chaga gubri hoje ukaje ki rojo pretend nali ke jodo on Sunday kuja ko ja cha masiri charani these are fake face a fake face and a junubin lo worship they are fake kashi reason a message for phenomenon by the government in Ruweng kashi reason le bi government bien ko ja polka ke chemi accountability to then who government kala the government has to follow to do follow up we che ke yen ko Ruweng ngo chulo ke jolwe la Ruweng ay akade resource mane ki yen jolwe songde 85% of oil achi taw banti urod achi tar jada ne in produce ke Ruweng 85%. When the same thing, just the people, 85%. I check it in denial. Everybody knows that. Kiyen cha ke lwe be ala gol pan che resource. Ku pan the resource they want. Pan da ni chol junub achieve like dik te ken what can't believe or go pa ku ken go to root can't believe. Because eke o kang lo ram in ka ke de o crisis because God is not happy with us. In kan ke chit ke bidi ke non kula ran ku nyogat. E chit ke bidi ke non kula ran ku nyogat because we are not trust ourselves and we are not doing the right thing to our community. Okina leke lo kas og junubin, especially the Denga people. Denga chiko lo kas ekeke majority in the government, ekeke majority in everything. Question system lurut sweat achana go minority go respect. Kuna lwele la yin lui denga ka loy condemn ke lwele ke yin nyagat. Aman jam ne la bela lwele man denga jam go ba ke nyagat. Ba ja nyagat nga. Ko gad wan gad ko junubitan ken kon gad antaro nyagat. Ke yi janel well because chimana kuma da America abugenti. Kwa chia kuma da America dominated man ke white people. And you see white people, what they are doing now, the services they're providing in every community. Ku community, the majority in South Sudan, and I are suffering. Community, the majority, a old call K Denka, and I are suffering. O community, the minority, as I end up at Timani Jibachi, Jang, at Ben White Penny area, but a minority. When Kanaman, and it look better like America. Kupan, when your majority of people, Chimana majority Chito, Koiwan, Jato, Katarba, majority of them are Denka. Majority of them. Adenka. Kakito with the huge number. Either you like it to hear it or not. Denga, there are majority of people who died. It started in the time of those of Anyanya two, Anyanya one, Anyanya two. Second majority are the Nuer. And you see now what the Nuer are doing. Nuer are now almost to finish themselves to be migrated to neighboring country. Like now in Gumbela, if you know, go to Gumbela now in Ethiopia, majority of them are Nuer. They are migrated from Mad, and they will be no longer South Sudanese in 10 years to come, because there will be a few Ethiopian. Even when I went to South Sudan in 2013, one of the Nuer guys, one of the Murale guys, one of the Murale or one of the Nuer? Yeah, one of the Nuer. No, one of the Murale guys. And something like that. We were quarreling in the plane until the plane landed in Addis. Because he said, don't call me, I'm not South Sudanese, and I'm Ethiopian. And I said, why? And then he said, South Sudan is mistreating us, minority. This guy was from Murale, I think. Yeah. He don't want to accept that his nationality is South Sudanese. He was telling me he's Ethiopian. It's an Ethiopian man, not Sudanese. Look now in our migration. You see all the South Sudanese in Kenya. They're not going to go back to South Sudan at all. Now we will helping the population of Kenya. Those kids, they can marry there, they can have their home there, they can educate their kid there. They're not going to South Sudan anymore. The same thing in Uganda. South Sudanese of Uganda, they will no longer go back to South Sudan. Some will go, but some will remain there. And you will hear it later on, South Sudanese native. Like here, Queen Manip Uganda girl, actually of Uganda. And actually, they were migrated from South Sudan. Luo of Kenya. They were migrated from northern Barkazal. You see that what I'm saying? So Ogashi go gyo ko koi kwani chol junubin. En ko ke chol loy fake fake prayers. Oh, okina ligam. Kukaja luyo discrimination in when it comes for development. Even a journalist, South Sudanese journalists, they are racist. They don't kichiro law on other area. They don't talk about it. Unless they kichiro law in their own area, cannot jam ke. Kuninga kichiro law in other area, Motonin are fighting, civilian are fighting, and they are journalists. They don't even report it. They don't even reach there and report it. Because they are also racist. Journalists in South Sudan are racist. And journalists they have no tribe. Journalists they have no side. These are the people who report what they have seen, what they have heard, for public to to gain those news. That is the importance of journalism. But journalism to be South Sudan, a journalist land the tribe. Are look for the interest of tribe. We will not leave you like that. We will betray you until you understand your fault. Government of Kir Mayari need to show the responsibility of the government. There's no reason a development in Lagol in the wrong location with no resource. Go to the resource, get your 1K is suffering. Shame on you, the government of South Sudan. Ayok and because it ku in can I don't know non there and the interest Ben, then I can send you the link if you want to come and talk about uh, anything. The link is right here. You can click on it, or if you want to come, you can make a comment so I can bring you in the studio. The same thing, the same strategies used to be done by the Sudan government when Sudan government exploited the oil of Panther, oil of village, and nothing was done to the people of Ruweng. Nothing was done until South Sudan sped away from the north. yen dik ko dai ko be kan la ping yan en jam e kol kan kol enin te dia ko tok pen diak run team karo ko tro pro an jam pan America yan ran chol ngara agwem video kan lak ping ko loy ko comment ko lak share the video ram ge video kam kun yen dik la chakale ko be ben jam ko le ne de ran be ben ke support blue comment na chiran be ben ki yen an ko jiten ko ba wi bloy pio ben ba chi wi bloy loy pel ko ko ga bi nim dong chen ko ke pan to pe chel ke sharen ga kala loy be ko ge every time ko pa ne kan loy tin ge pol chien nyo na de ko ga lo yich chien nyo do gino bi no ga loy ba pio ben liu ba lu ye pel kachin ke ko jo in the parliament ke ye majority from the denga ko be ke denga jo resource ke jo la golti ne ka wan chin ko je be lui board no in the parliament to jo budget ben be budget for development in the parliament ni ko je ke lui board yeah that no chin ko je be lui board no pi South Sudan parliament to jo le a road a bila gol a ben gol juba jala bor and then the kle bila ko di den you targeted ke the food bu ko na gol pi to want to resource in bu ko na gol to want to resource ku you ben to want to live resource lagin ko want cha kuma loy do dominate pi juba majority a denga ku majority a anti denga e denga e manti le tong manja denga tiel ban ka taw chiki ka taw kuma denga want reasoning chelwel why ko ge loy do like this why we do like this actually parliament e lui debate Asian parliament a Louis debate. Ten parliament America, people can debate when the budget is coming. Cuman on a 2% again con yen unity state. A 2% on a yen unity state. Asian parliament but a kid mayadi chen con investigate. Taban a well low with a young well. Asian mean hospital to yik Bentiu. Asian mean hospital to yik pariang. Asian mean hospital to yik BM. I should mean hospital to Bentiu, like other big town. Aliu. Engo yellow 2%. Achana kuma chi investigate. Achin parliament chi investigate. Budget ke loy debate every year and a die TV South Sudan. Budget ke loy debate every year kului pass. Question investigation loy. Question follow up loy. Budget ye ni ran kan. Engo chilo loy yen. Aliu. Just will attack JB just to distribute it to my workers, my inside employees. Achin ko jin kon debate. Kuna lelwel kului ku government criticize ye kitala puna kwa nke ku video lui share ku lelo yinkir a yinga ka kuma du jam go yinga ka kuma du jam we ko je telephone nom. I encourage you back no more. You need to send more. Kayo ku lelo against the government. We are not telling the government is bad. We challenging the government supposed to do the right thing for the people. Because kira chen miten forever. Abe ben a different kid. Kuninge be ben ku be kwe hit kwe kwanki lo ka South Sudan a vision future. Chuma no nane lewe one of the day our neighbors abida country tsar ka South Sudan. One day, because now land grabbing, we have a land grabbing between Uganda and South Sudan. We have a land grabbing between Kenya and South Sudan. We have a land grabbing between Sudan and South Sudan. Chuman wan chagen ting tongan beta ilich tong pan to 2012 chakting. Kweman our government is busy ke community ke kyo lathar question intervention law. Kwashi people make accountable. Our government is lets people flee the country. Like now, kwa jujalo ajil kilo Kenya, kwa jujalo Uganda. Kwe koi ke achi bila ben ko bigger citizen ke country can, and then later on those citizens they will come and fight the war against South Sudan because they are citizen of that country. Chimano wan chero lo wan chugu the South Sudanese who are still in the Sudan arm. They are our own South Sudanese. They were born as South Sudanese. Kwa chik ben wan they fighting us. Kike yechumal. So kayo quick thing we ngaragam it's something too far away. Kachit kaya America kiti. Okay, Louis fight the krelemia we ngaragam. When we come talk on social media, okay jama kang something still away. Ka ya fight for. Na la ke jalwel oge ko chimiel. The chimiel jam how the man should know how to operate the computer. The HML jam, you know, if you know what the HML is, some manja. Keke be pure here of South Sudan shall proud of us and a kuyoko jam thing. Quite chick bija surely jam kulium walaya ne garang maburento and a garang maburento. Garang mabur had done his part. It's our time to do it. And one of my American friend told me, or my American manager told me, if you want something to be done better, do it. Put yourself on that position and do it if you want something to be done better. Yes, of course, we have put ourselves in the situation of South Sudan. We help to bring school to children in South Sudan. Most of us as Lord Boy, we have contributed a lot. South Sudanese individuals have contributed a lot. Some of them send money to family. Some of them send patient people to different countries for treatment. We did that. Some help their brother, their cousin to get money and go marriage. We did a lot of things with the Lord Boy. With the South Sudanese in diaspora in general. We have did something that no generation in South Sudan have done it. Even the generation who fought the civil war, they just fought the civil war. That was it. But as some of us, we fought the civil war, and we came here to fight the war of literacy to educate our people. Some Lord Boy have built clinic that is treating patients now across South Sudan. I can give you an example of one Lord Boy. John Dow from Duke Padiet. It's a hospital. It's a very wonderful hospital. John Miyares Rancha clinic in Ruweng. In Ruweng State. His clinic is treating a lot of people. So, you know, really a boy coin today, or quite a few diaspora. How do you want us to help you? If you don't realize what we did on your behalf, and we still talk on social media on your behalf. One of the parliament member, you vote for the right thing that can help shape South Sudan, not take South Sudan back. The population of South Sudanese in diaspora is almost over 2 million. Is over 2 million. The South Sudanese in diaspora started in Khartoum, Ethiopia, Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, these 4 countries in Africa, the South Sudan, and Egypt. I keep forgetting Egypt. You see yesterday, or the day before yesterday, the Sudanese graduates in Egypt, in Cairo alone. See that population and ask yourself, why our people are all over the world like this? And we are independent country. Why? If you ask yourself, if you calculate the money those students spend in Uganda, I mean in Egypt, those graduates, you see the picture on Facebook. The money they have spent for for tuition. If they spend those money in their own country, do you think South Sudan will not be better? We spend money on sending people to foreign countries to go and seek for treatment. If we have a better hospital in those big cities that I told you, because there's no reason South Sudan will have an excuse, because the war is not fighting everywhere. The war that they are relying there, the war is not everywhere. There's no war in Barkazal. Hospital should be built in Barkazal. Hospital should be built in Ruweng. Hospital should be built in Rang. Where is the war in Rang since South Sudan get independent? There is no war in Rang area. Hospital should be built in Rang. If you talk about the central Upper Nile, why the government don't build a better hospital in Rang? Last 2 years, the citizens of Rang, they cultivate their crop, and their crop were damaged in the storage because there's no way they can afford those food. While people are hungry, people are starving in northern Barkazal. People are starving in Barkazal in general. And those food were cultivated in Rang. And the government let that food get spoiled in the storage because there's no way the owners can ship them because Jonathan Willing has blocked the Nile. So the ship cannot travel from Malakal to Bentiu to Juba. The government should have done something. And that's why I said last time, the government need to do the road from Rang to Peshoda, from Peshoda to Yiw, all the way to Pariang, all the way to Biemnam, to Raleigh, and to Northern Barkazal. So in that way, if there's a problem on the Nile, the government should use that road. If there's a problem on the road, the government should use the Nile. This is only about this. About this. You see this? This. If I give this, if I take this brain and give it to President Kir, you will see the change in South Sudan. If I give this, if I give the knowledge I had in my brain, Kir government will be a better government. You can do the road over there. And the food that was created, the food were produced in Ram would have not been damaged in the storage. That food would have been transported from Rang to Pariang, from Pariang to Barkadal. Easy. Simple like that. And then failure is being used as an excuse. Ogade tong, ogade tong, ogade tong. Etong yatano kuke one side and a third tong thing. Junubin, let us change. Otherwise, that country abi Sudan, abi nyog lui kolek ko wan loy ranishol Putin. Wan Putin elwe be Korean, I mean Ukraine be loy kolek kuduke in Russia. One of the day tele koike Sudan tele thing okay failed human being ka big ben kulwe Sudan and nyokiduk. Mark my word, unless we have to stand on our own feet. Let it stop war. Let's focus on development, and then we will see who will come and take away South Sudan. I told you, all these 4 countries in East Africa, they need our land. Ethiopia need part of our land. Kenya need part of our land. Uganda need part of our land. One of the day, these 2 countries, you see them like happen to you, but one of the day, to lay a different leader to invent. There will be war between these 2 countries with South Sudan. Just mark my word and write it down. Because our leaders are busy on something is not important for the future of South Sudan. They're supposed to focus on on healthcare, on road, education, and technology. Because we have oil, we have the land, agriculture land, we can buy technology from a different country, and they will come to install that technology in our country because we have money, and money can buy anything. Money can buy anything, my people. Money can buy anything. Thank you.